G'day guys, I'm Waddle Gaming and welcome back to Fallout 76. Last part, we finished off Morgantown finally. That place took a while. And we're ready to head south to the ash heap whenever we feel like it. But that's not what I want to do. What I want to do, this part and over the next coming parts, is to work my way up the map, head into the Toxic Valley, which is this area up here. Basically, go have a look around there, because this is an area the game never expressly sends you. The main storyline never sends you that way. Sends you everywhere else, just not up there. After that, we will head south into the ash heap, but that is a fair way away. I want to get my character decently set up, and the way to do that is to head up north. The other thing I'm going to do is basically try and locate everything on the map. I know that sounds a little bit tedious, but the more locations I visit, the more loot I get, I have the chance to get plans, loot, and level up. I'm only a level 11 right now, but I feel like that can be improved greatly. And that's why we're going to head up to the Toxic Valley region. So it'll probably be over 2 parts. I'll try and get up there, and then probably maybe 3 parts up in the Toxic Valley, and then from there down to the ash heap. I want to make this quick, but there's a couple of quests up there that are quite long. I don't want to do them together. So first up on the agenda today is this lovely place here, which is a camp that I can't remember the name of. It's called Hunter's Ridge. I have also figured out what I want my character to be. I've kind of worked out a build plan, if you would call it for that. So I'm going to keep my character in pistols for now, and shotguns, and I'll keep the hunting rifle on me for now. Eventually, I want to diversify into combat rifles, or into rifles a tiny bit. Eventually, when I get set up for it, I want to diversify into heavy weapons, but that is a long, long way away. I kind of always hated how in this game you can't disarm traps anymore. Disarm literally means trigger. But yes, I have worked out a plan, so I have got a set plan I want to stick to now. And the way to do that is, I need to start leveling up. And I can do that right now, because I've got 2 level ups to do, plus a perk card pack. So let's go and open that and see what we got. Quirce Venture, Lead Belly, Can Do. Wow, that was kind of horrible. If you love TV, get a remote control. It changes everything. That's more factual than funny, but sure. This first perk, however, I'm going to put into Shotgunner, because that is just a gibbon. And now this second perk, this one's going to be a little bit more on the interesting side. I could actually get Gunsmith. Yeah, Gunsmith is probably what I want to go into, although not packing light, through hiker. I could really use through hiker, because that would actually lower my food. Yeah, you know what? Let's put a point into agility. Actually, no. Let's not put a point into agility. Let's put it into intelligence, but I'm going to take, yeah, through hiker. That one is just so needed, which means I can get rid of that and put this on. And I'll put Shotgunner on. Pack Rat I'll leave for now. I won't upgrade that for now. I'm still on the ins of whether or not I would actually need it. Because yes, it lowers junk, but at the same time, you can scrap like literally every 5 feet, and you've got chems and stuff to do that for you. So I really see no sense in doing it. The ones for drugs and food, however, those ones I will possibly try and get up. But while I'm here, let's just have a loot around. I know this is pretty tedious to watch, but unfortunately this has to be done. I have to get my loot from somewhere. Up at the top here, however, there's not much really up here. This place can spawn in a supply crate if you call it down from the relay tower up near Flatwoods. I have got certain other perks that I don't usually have, so This will be a really light looting here, because I can call my base out whenever I want. I don't have a fixed location yet. But I still want to be careful with what I pick up, because stash limit in this game is 800. But it can go, I can go overweight really easily if I don't watch what I pick up. And there's really nothing here. There is a note. And this is basically the note about these guys that used to live here. They basically caught some people stealing food, I think? Yeah, poaching one of our traps. And these two guys effectively made them jump over a cliff, which you can actually see the cliff. It is down here if I don't snap my my legs while I do it. And this is the ledge that he made them jump off. They did die. It is like a spiky pit of hell down there. So if you do jump, you will die. But I believe those two went and joined the Raiders. That suited them a lot more. But that looks like a particularly nasty way for anyone to go out. Oh, hello. We've run across a bit of a random event here. I've seen these spawn on this road leading up to Point Pleasant. So you've got a Brahmin. We've got a whole load of scrap. And apparently this guy was a volunteer? He does have a pickaxe, however, which is not a bad melee weapon. So I will take all that. I am running a little bit low on carry weight, but I can deal with that when I get into Point Pleasant. But especially this side of the map here. This side over here. I don't know if they're ever going to do something with it. Like, it's a fairly large area. And I hope they do something with it, because that just seems like a waste of territory over there. I mean, they could put, like, high-level enemies or something in it that you could go fight. It's a particularly large area, so I don't see any reason why they shouldn't. But the big location that I want to do today is, it's not those blood bugs that are stuck in the ground. You little guys can just go away. Okay, you just need to, like, go away. No one wants you here. The big area I want to explore is Point Pleasant, the home of the Mothman, which we've only seen once so far, but that was the wise Mothman, not his retarded cousin with the red glowing eyes that attacks you on sight. This is his home base, or his home, that I've only seen him at once, and it was the friendly version that I may or may not have killed. Okay, I might need to upgrade, like, concentrated fire up to 3 at some stage, because 2 is nice, but 3 is better. So, there's a crap load of scorched here. Nothing too difficult to deal with. There's a statue of Moffy the Mothman himself, and a load of eggs. Yes, and yes, you can cook the eggs. I don't know why. The game just allows you to cook the Mothman's eggs. Possibly that might piss him off, we don't know for certain. But this area has a lot of loot around it, so I might need to visit a couple of these areas. Not everywhere, but a little bit. And I can get in here because I have lockpick. If you don't at least have lockpick 1, you can't get inside here. Because every door is locked, and there's no key. There is another door down here. That leads down to the cultist basement that has a lot of stuff in it. I can't get down there because I can't get Locksmith 2 until I'm, like, rank 20. But what I did want to come in here to collect is, like, all this delicious loot. And also, the Mothman cometh. This is like a radio play. We found 2 of them back in Flatwoods to deal with the Flatwoods monster. This one deals with the Mothman.
Welcome back, dear listeners. It's time once again to put aside all you think you know, all you believe to be true. Time to open your mind to the strange, bizarre, and sometimes terrifying world that exists in the shadows and fringes of our own, where myth, legend, and rumor are made real. Yes, it's time for more thrilling tales from the West Virginia hills. Not all creatures are of the land. Some stalk the skies. One such boogeyman has been reported for generations by mystified West Virginians. Its name remains the same, but accounts and speculation about its nature vary wildly. Some say man, others say beast, some say devil, others say angel. Tonight's tale, The Mothman Comet, begins in Morgantown Municipal Hospital. We join young Mary Scarberry's bedside as she wakes, looking a little worse for wear.
Nurse? Nurse Handy? Are you there?
Right, yes, my Sherry. And how are you feeling? Perhaps another impact will have... Oh, is she awake?
There she is.
I heard her voice.
How's my brave little girl?
Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. I'm doing okay.
Oh, we've been worried sick. Oh, you gave us such a fright.
Howdy, folks. Awful sorry to disturb you at this hour. Mary, this is Sheriff Johnson. He just wanted to ask a few questions. Well, from what I hear, you're downright lucky to be alive, Miss Mary. You kids went through quite an ordeal.
Steve and Buddy, are they okay?
Let's just have a little chat first, Mary. Now, do you remember how you came to be on the Fayetteville Railroad Bridge yesterday?
Well, going to the bridge was really Buddy's idea.
Come on, Mary. Don't whip out. Every kid's got to do it sometime.
But, Buddy, you know I'm plumb scared of heights. How far you reckon that drop is, Steve?
My daddy says 1,000 feet. I heard 2,000 feet. Time to say last word and final prayers before you hit the ground.
Stop teasing me. I told y'all I'm nervous enough already.
Come on. Quit your stalling. Here, watch me. There's nothing to it.
Buddy, be careful.
Last one across is round egg.
Here goes.
Atta girl. Come on.
Slow down. Gotta take my time.
You're doing swell, Mary.
No, I don't think I can go any further.
You can't chicken out now. Just put one foot in front of the other. Hey, y'all. Look. Up in the sky. Dang. What is that? It's too big to be a bird. Wait. I know what it is. See how its eyes are glowing red? It's the Mothman.
With a terrible winged creature coming for them, what will happen to these adventurous kids trapped in such a precarious position? Tune in next time for the thrilling conclusion of The Mothman Comet.
So, that is the first act of that tape. There is a second tape here in Point Pleasant. The second one, however, is a lot more well hidden than what the first one was. So, in order to get to the second tape, the second half of the Mothman tape, you need to come around to where the Point Pleasant bus stop is. And then from there, you need to head up to this door up here that is, quite surprisingly, it's well hidden. If you're not looking up that far, you will always miss it. So all you have to do is just come up here, come up these bunch of stairs here. Just try and take out any scorch that you have en route. So then that way when you're listening to the tape, you don't have constant bloody gunfire. There we go. And if we come in this door here, part 2 is sitting just inside the room, if I turn on a light.
Tonight, we bring you the final chapter of The Mothman Comet. When last we left off, 3 mischievous kids were crossing a railroad bridge when they were beset on by a terrible beast swooping down from the skies.
It's flying right toward us! Yeah! That was close! know it sounds crazy, but I reckon it saved my life.
Well, now that's quite a tale, Mary.
You do believe me, don't you? I swear that's how it all happened. Just ask Buddy and Steve. They'll tell you the same story. Go on, ask them.
Mr. and Mrs. Scarberry, can I speak to you outside a moment? Of course. Sweetheart, we'll be right back. You just get some rest.
Nurse, could you please get her something to eat? Right away, Madame. That is very easy. Crazy coming up. You have your lightest brain in no time, my dearie.
What do you think, Sheriff? Mary's not one to fib, but that story. All I know is that she was found unconscious by the river without so much as a scratch.
So then you think she was telling the truth about this? Mothman saving her and those boys?
Well, that's the thing about it, ma'am. Those other boys weren't as lucky as Mary. The grim truth is that both were found dismembered way up in the top of a tree. On top of a... You don't think...
What's that sound? It sounds like a... Mary!
The window. It smashed right in. The nurse is torn to pieces, too!
Right this way. Mary! She's gone. What's happened to my sweet Mary? Do something, Sheriff. Do something.
Yet another chilling reminder, dear listeners, to always watch your back, your left, and your right. Be careful of your steps and the ground beneath your feet. But most of all, don't forget to watch the skies above. You never know what frightful terrors might be lurking overhead. Be sure to tune in next week for another thrilling chapter of Tales from the West Virginia Hills.
Okay, I will admit, listening to that for another time has just reminded me just how dark that got real fast. So, we need to push on. We've done Point Pleasant. I could, like, loot there more, but to be honest, I don't need to loot every nook and cranny. I just need to loot enough. And I want to continue my run of discovering literally every item on the map, every location, by coming up here. From there, we have a little bit to do, but the idea is I want to try and get about there, with the second part dealing with the rest and then heading into Grafton. So we are well on our way. So if we are incredibly lucky, or incredibly unlucky, depending on what version spawns in, we might get a glimpse of the Mothman this part, depending on if, one, if he wants to show his face, and two, depending on what variant it is. Because if it's the Dick variant with the red glowing eyes, I'm more or less inclined just to shoot first. Up here, there's a little bit more loot. There's also a reward chest with... I have been getting really unlucky with them. And I also need to scrap a load of stuff because I am heading up towards weight capacity at the moment. You know, just scrap everything that I don't want. There we go. I gotta remember to use that shotgun as well. I did just upgrade it, but there's more perks I can do to that thing yet. Oh, and even luckier, we've actually found a magazine up here. Grognak the Barbarian. What sorcery this? What does that one even do? I can't remember what the Grognak ones do. I think it's different depending on what issue it is. Grognak 10, 15 energy resistance. I'll tell you what. I'll activate that. I need to use them anyway. They do weigh, unfortunately. But some of these locations will be like this, just little loot shacks. Others will have a little bit of a stronger loot and story presence. Well, we've arrived at our next place. This place you have to come to for an unmarked quest. I don't have what I need to actually unlock the place. But this is the Black Mountain Ordnance Works. So this place, as I said, has an unmarked quest in one of the domes that I can't open until said time as I get the key. And also the weapon, but we'll get to that much later. And I believe this place, once I open this, oh, that's a lot of good stuff. This place, I believe, always has a definite spawn of a shotgun up here. I don't know if that's actually true, but every time I've come across here, there's been a shotgun here, so I'm going to say it's pretty much a definite spawn at this time. But then again, I could be wrong. Right, unlocking the terminal in here, there's a lot of domes. Dome 2 is the one that we want eventually. But there is also the code to unlock the safe. And that gives us... Who puts a desk fan in a safe? Is my question. That is something I'm going to have to look out for. I want to start doing those treasure maps. I still haven't done one yet. But there's really nothing more to this place other than the domes to open. I think you can only open one at the moment, but there is like another dome you can potentially unlock. I just don't think anyone's ever found the key for it. So there's really nothing to do here other than kill a bunch of enemies, but I could be doing that elsewhere, to be honest. And we'll come back to this place later. I might have to make a note of doing both of these quest lines. I think there's... I did say there was one, but now I'm remembering there is two. I just haven't done the second one before. But we'll get to them later. Now is not a great time to go do them, because I physically don't have the stuff to unlock everything. Which means we need to move up a bit. And we're nearing an island I really want nothing to do with right now. Due to the fact that the inhabitant of this island is an overpowered dick. What the hell is this?
Classic gaming skills at the arcade bar. Earn tokens that can be redeemed for free ride tickets at the fair.
Well, hello there, Mr. Barker.
You there! Whatever you're up to, drop it and come on down to the Tyler County Fairgrounds. You won't regret it.
Thank you, Mr. Barker, and you've got an iBot for protection. I've never seen you before, but thanks. Well, that gets that earmarked, and there's a level 68 just sitting outside the vault. Now, this island, I might want to take some Rad-X before I go over here. Because this place is not fun. And I don't even know if I'm going to be able to kill the inhabitant. To be honest, I might just need to try and lead him into a trap. But this place is called Deathclaw Island. And if you can guess by the name, you can probably take a wild guess of what's living here. The only issue is if I could just take him out. There is a lot of good stuff here, but I don't have a suit of power armor on me. So that's something I'm going to get while I'm up in the Toxic Valley. I just need to be absolutely certain that I don't upset the guy until I'm ready to fight him. I can't remember where the nest is, though. I think it's somewhere around here. And my guess would be right. He knows I'm here. He knows I'm here. He knows I'm here. He knows I'm here. Okay, let's just get up on something. Hopefully he can't follow me. Oh, he can try. Okay, then how the hell do I deal with this? I think it's time for the shotgun. If he hits me once, I'm basically screwed. Oh, you're just gonna rack off, are ya? You overpowered lizard? So he's just gonna piss off now that he realizes I'm just gonna walk around in a circle, does he? Well, that's kind of irritating, to be honest. I have got really nothing I can do to him either. I'm a bit on the screwed side here. I don't know what to do. Right, where's he gone? Oh, he wants my ass. Okay, no, back to the rock, back to the rock. This was a horrible idea. Hi, bud. How you doing? You do not want to fight a Deathclaw unarmed. If I can just keep him here for a little bit longer, I will be able to actually wear his health down. He's not that strong once the shotgun comes into it. Oh, no, you do not get to come up here. The power of the shotgun will keep you back. This thing could reload any slower. My god. There we go. Big Dumb and Scaly is down. I get a lot of good stuff and a submachine gun. That's something I can't even use yet. But good. That gets rid of that Deathclaw. At least I'm strong enough to take on a Deathclaw. That was going to be very embarrassing if I just died right there. And now I get to loot his lovely island. Oh, with another ribeye steak. I'll be probably eating that. So, his nest usually contains an egg. On this occasion, it doesn't. And this is the island. It's literally just the island with one Deathclaw. Which, if you can take it out, you've proved yourself as at least strong enough to take on a Deathclaw. While admittedly hiding on top of a rock. But we don't talk about that. We just say that we fought the Deathclaw. And we won. Let's not talk about the reasons or how or why or exactly how I beat him. But we're coming up on the fairground, so I'm very close off to where I was actually trying to get up to. It's just these parts are going to take a little bit longer due to the fact that I'm looting so much. If I wasn't looting so much, I would probably get through this area in one hit. But I'll tell you what, depending on how fast we go, I might just push up further north. Okay, before we go anywhere near the fairgrounds yet, there is a couple of locations up the back of here near Vault 76 that I want to do. One of which I should have done the minute I came out of the vault, because it was literally just down the road from it, and it was one location I didn't know about for a while. However, I will go get this relay tower out of the way first, and then I'll push on to that said location. So this radio tower up here, I don't think this is like the other ones. This isn't a relay tower. At least I don't think it is. No, this is a transmission station. Which is apparently not the same thing that you shove a holotape into to call out a thing. A supply crate. This is just a plain old transmission station that is just locked for unknown reasons. And it literally contains a workshop. I'll tell you what, it contains a workshop. That's good enough. And a load of mole rats. Sugar Plum. I'm headed down to the lakeside to see if I can scrounge up some food and water. I'm taking Pumpkin with me. Should be back by noon. Hopefully be back before you wake up. Oh, so this was just being used as a little home. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. It's a bunch of miners' uniforms. Little bit of loot. There is a safe here, but no, I can't unlock that. Fine. So we are making decent distance up the map. I am wanting to explore everything, but the more locations I put on the map, the faster I level up. It's going to be a win-win situation for everybody. But the location I was talking about is up this road. This is literally just like northwest of Vault 76. You could literally come out of the vault, run here, and then run back up to the vault. And you'll continue your looting run. Nothing really dangerous spawns here. It's either a bunch of ghouls that are level 1s, or it's a bunch of liberators that basically spawn here. Nothing really that dangerous spawns here as I go overweight. And in this case, it's actually liberators. And like, the worst it is, it's a level 10. But like, really, with V.A.T.S, these things are really nothing but an annoyance. I have actually figured out, though, don't aim for the head. Try and use concentrated fire to aim for the legs. You will hit them almost every single time. They don't seem to have a torso. They just seem to have a head and legs. And that's it. And I've seen people talk about how hard they are to hit. Just aim for the legs. It's really easy when you aim for that, because you get given something like a 95% chance, and 9 times out of 10, it hits almost instantaneously, and usually one-shots the little shits. But if you're aiming at the head, yeah, sure, I can see how that would be a problem, but still, they've got legs. You have concentrated fire, or at least I would assume you would. So it's usually like one of the first perks that you ever usually get when you come out of the vault. I see no reason why you shouldn't have it, unless you don't use V.A.T.S, of course. Well, in fact, use your manual aim. But still, just aim for the legs. It's really not that hard. And I believe this is also the farm that gets shown off in, like, the loading screen when you load up the game. It's either this or the one that's up near the vault. It usually shows, like, a full plane, and this is, like, the only full plane I've been actually able to locate that really looks like it. There's a little bit of loot around here, which is, like, perfect for a level, like, 2 character to look at. There's also a bit of scrap. You can get some early weapons to start boosting yourself. It's just a dead-on location to come here and just loot, because there's plenty of loot around. You've got, like, a metal chest gear you can either sell or scrap. It's a really good location to do. But now that we've done that, we're coming up on the northern part. And I'm actually going a lot quicker than what I expected to. So I may push past the fairground and maybe head up to maybe one of those areas up there. But we're going to have to see, because the fairgrounds contains a miscellaneous objective, but really not much more. I feel like if this game gets more constant updates, and they are doing constant updates for it, I wish they'd actually put in the ability to, like, use some of these places. Not necessarily, like, rebuild them or whatever, because apparently that was our prime objective, to rebuild. But all we do is just nuke each other and build bases everywhere. You probably will have noticed, however, that some of my guns are a little bit underpowered. And when I say that, I mean I've literally got no mods on them. Because when I actually went to change over all my gear to level 10, yeah, I kind of ran out of screws. Screws are this thing you need in this game to basically do anything regarding weapons or maintenance. And once you run out of screws, well, you're sort of screwed, pardon the pun, but it's true. So this run up north is to level up, but mainly it's to get a crap load of supplies, which then I can use to maintain myself, because I do plan on using, I plan on using pistols, but what I'm not used to seeing is stuff that's not loaded in properly. Wait a minute, what the hell is Super Mutants doing here? This is new. He can just get a critical to the face. And, oh god, iron sights. Nope, that was a miss. That was a miss. Okay, this hunting rifle needs to get a sight on it. Like, right fast. This is not the fairground. The fairground is currently in front of me. This is another settlement that you can use as soon as I get rid of the bloody mutant hounds. They hit like bloody bricks. But yeah, this is another workshop, and I'm gonna have to double check my camp to see if I've actually gotten all my defensive structures out of the workshops. You get a bunch for creating your first workshop, and why are there so many mutants here? In fact, why are there mutants here at all? I really don't get why there's mutants here. Unless, of course, this area hasn't been claimed by anybody. Is it giving me an indication to clear these guys out? No. No, it's not. So, in fact, why are there bloody mutants here if there's nothing here to claim? Like, why are you guys here? Like, seriously. apart from creating the settlement here, of course, there is this little office up here that contains a little wide variety of stuff. Most of this I will pick up because, as you can see, it contains screws. Any screw is good with me. And I really should be searching this as well. Okay then, that was not useful. I haven't really used Med-X. Buff Out I use for carry weight, but Psycho, Med-X, Mentats, I don't see a use for it. I never hardly use them. I mean, what do they even do? Let's have a look here. So Med-X gives me... Okay. Admittedly, I may just start using chems at this stage. Just to get rid of them. I mean, yeah, 25 plus 25 points of damage resistance for 25 minutes. That's not much to sneeze at, to be honest. The right circumstances, that can turn the tide of a battle. Sort of. Or it might just make you into a more of effective bullet sponge. That works too. But if you see up in the miscellaneous tab, Jangles the monkey has got lost at the fair. And we need to find him. Which is what we're going to do. And this is not really much of a hard mission to do. Effectively, if you know where he is, it's just easy money. Every single time, it's easy money. I keep picking up bloody stuff that is sending me overweight. Like that sledgehammer. Oh, I actually am overweight. Right, so I might need to, yeah, I might need to pull my base out here. Just very quickly, before we go deal with Jangles the monkey, I might actually come down to the road here, allowing if the game's going to allow me to pull this out. And because there was a guy that built a base near where I built it last time, I get this move for free, which is always a good idea. It should seriously just allow you to put it wherever you want. Like, still within bounds, but still. There we go. It's a load of scorch down there, but that's nothing one grenade can't fix. Damn, that was right on them too. There we go. So, back to Jangles the monkey. This is an extremely easy miscellaneous objective. You pretty much, if you wanted to, you could run here straight from the vault, but, you know, your first instinct when you get out of the vault is to go to Flatwood so you can level up a little bit more, and you can always come up here later. But Jangles, if I remember correctly, and the game doesn't shuffle him around, which I think they used to, but they stopped doing it. He is all the way over here at this farm-to-food vendor right here, just near the abandoned Nuka Tower statue thingy. He is right here next to the ice cooler. And that also gives you 100 caps. Which is a really, really nice miscellaneous objective. If it gives you anywhere in the tune of 100 caps, it's actually really nice. There is some other stuff around here. I think over here there is there's a chest here somewhere. If I just get rid of these bloody annoyances out of my way and pick up their weapons to break down, so I might be able to are you alright there, man? How you doing? You alright there? That is not something I expected to see, but okay, if he wants to help, I'll let him help. And I've also leveled up, which is glorious, but I still haven't found that chest yet, which makes me think that it's not exactly where it should be. But I really haven't been getting a good run of luck with chests in the last couple of parts, so I may just leave it, and I'll leave that guy to be sneaky, even though his name doesn't appear on the map. And he's not wanted because he would have killed me. And there's another magazine. Tesla science, rocket science, look for toddlers. Right, now that this area is pretty much done, there is more loot, but I could always come back here off screen, just farm up a little. There's really nothing here but a load of drugs and a bit of loot, but I can loot as I go. I don't need to loot every location. Oh, there he is. Now he's on the map. What I might actually do is just head up to these final two little areas up here. And I reckon that that'll be good enough to call it a part. We've done basically almost the entirety of what I wanted to do. So which means next part we should be able to head right into the Toxic Valley and explore a little bit to basically move this along. The one half of this is a looting run. The other half is basically just to get some XP, level up, and then start moving my character in the direction that I want him to go. Because now I have a clear image of what I want to do. It's just, I gotta try and pull it off. But here we are, at yet another location. What is this one called again? It will tell me in a second, I'm pretty sure it will. This is Darling Sister's Lab with a whole load of mongrels. Uh-oh. That's a swarm. Okay. Just randomly hit things. Oh, you had a loose spring. Get rid of you. Where are you? And you. And I will pick up all your delicious meat. And in here is more generic loot, would you believe? Hallucinogen gas canister. I will pick that up for later. That is something you need for a quest later. But other than that, there's really not much in here other than like a bobby pin, and I think there's a chest here somewhere. Actually, no, there's a safe. And for now, I can't unlock the safe because I don't have the right pick lock level. Maybe there's not. Maybe I'm just going completely bonkers and thinking there's something here that shouldn't be here that isn't here. But fine. Yeah, I reckon one more location will call it a part. Because the next part has to deal with getting into the Toxic Valley, and I'd rather have less locations to deal with than what I'm dealing with now. And this place has mutants, and that's a level 16. Okay, I might be a little bit out of my depth here a little bit. That's just a smidge. The game just decided to freeze there for a second, which really doesn't help me. Alright, let's just avoid you. Chuck another Molotov in. There we go. We got anybody else? Yes, we do. Hi Scorchy. Please leave me alone. I am not equipped to deal with Scorch Beast yet. Not for a little while, I won't be. I'll grab everything off these guys and just scrap it. I don't know why he's over here, but for now I want to leave him alone. But I reckon this is where I can leave this episode off for today. We've done a lot. I mean, yes, it's been a lot of looting, but we have discovered some things, especially about the Mothman. Turns out he's as big as dick as what we thought, carrying kids away. So that's just a nice thing to finish off on. Next part, we're going to finish off this area up north. I'm going to go up here to this lumber mill, cut across to around here, to around that settlement. Then I'm going to come down here, and then we're going to enter the Toxic Valley. And then after that, we should have the entirety of the Toxic Valley to take a look at over the next couple of parts. Okay, that's yet another poem. So, drop a like, leave a comment, and I will see you all in the next video.